So as I already suggested you, we will learn about the object-oriented programming. Okay, so let's talk about what is object-oriented programming. So object-oriented programming is a way to use Python to create our own objects. So using the object-oriented programming concept in Python, we can create our own objects, and on the basis of that, we can write the functionality of that object and these things. And it can be a point of great confusion for beginners, mainly because often it is taught poorly. So basically, people are not understanding as much these objects concept in programming. So or teachers are also not are well educating the concept. So that's why people are facing difficulty. Let's try our best to save you from any confusion by systematically showing you the thought process behind OOP and why we should need it. Okay, so we will use it quite a bit for Django. Also, let's get started. So before that, I will go to the uh, our browser and I will search about objects. Uh, Let me show you. First, I will show you objects in Python. Okay. So here Geeks4Geeks is very they explain it very good way. So let me close this. So object is an instance of a class. So basically we are using the class, and in class we need one instance, that is object. So class is like a blueprint while an instance is a copy of the class. Class is basically a blueprint. You can consider a box, a black box. Class is a black box in which we are using the object with actual values. Python is an object-oriented programming. I already told you Python एक object-oriented programming है, and that stresses object and it's mainly emphasizes functions. So Python objects are basically an encapsulation of data variables and methods acting on the data in a single entity. So basically इस लाइन का मतलब ये है कि पाइथन के ऑब्जेक्ट्स में वी आर hiding the data variables and we are using some methods to get that data. So better understanding of the concept of object in Python, let's consider an example of you have played Clash of Clans. So Clash of Clans, okay. So this is the game. I think many of you have played this game, Clash of Clans. So let's assume base layout as the class which contains all the buildings, defenses, resources, etc. Based on this description, we make a village. Here the village is the object in Python. So in this Clash of Clans, you know, we are making buildings and with using the resources. So here also buildings, defenses, and resources. These are the some resources, and we are making a complete village, a complete small city, we can say. So object is equal to my class and print object dot x. So this is the syntax for creating an object in Python, and you can see this is the example in which we are using the object. Okay. So here I have defined the class cars, and in this class we have defined a function, and in this function we are using the object self dot model equal to m, self dot price equal to p. Then we assign od is equal to car, in which we are passing some variable, then we are printing the corresponding model and price of the value. So this is about the object in Python. And let me show you object oriented programming in Python. Oops, concept in Python. So in Python, object-oriented programming, OOPS is a programming paradigm that uses object in classes and programming. So whenever we are using object in classes and programming, it means that is object-oriented programming concept. It aims to implement real-world entities like inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation. These things we implemented with the help of class. Okay, the main concept of OOPS is to bind the data and the function that work on that together as a single unit. So basically ooप्स का यूज हम इसलिए करते हैं कि एक डेटा को हम बाइंड कर सकें एंड एक ब्लॉक ऑफ कंटेंट के अंदर उस डेटा को रख सकें और उसका ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट करके उसको एक्सेस कर सकें. So then no other part of the code can access this data. So only that data will be accessed by that object. Okay. Oops concept में we are learning classes and we are learning about object and these are चार four concept: polymorphism, encapsulation, inheritance, and data abstraction. These four concepts we also learn in object oriented programming. So for learning object oriented programming, let we go to our text editor, and here I will start the some example and I will tell you about some example related to object oriented programming. So we can start from here. So so I am starting from very basic. Let me create one list. You already know how to create a list. Okay, 1 comma 2 comma 3. So here I created a list in which we have three elements. Now I'm appending. So so we can append something in list because list is mutable. Okay, this thing you need to know about that. And then we need to print what? My list. Okay, so when we go to print this same code, you can see list printed in our terminal. So this is very basic concept. One more thing I can show you by removing this. Whenever you type print my list, so not giving my list, I wanted to see what is the type of that list we have created. Okay. So what is the type of this? So it will print the type of the list. So it printed. Okay. Okay. We need to put the list inside the type in parentheses. Then you will get. Okay. So now you can see it is saying class list. So basically this is the object and we are printing this type. So this is telling us this is the class type list. So actually in backend there is pre-built classes and pre-built some program that is already available inside Python, inside means like library. These all things are already available. So list already defined in Python at backend. So list already defined inside a class. So that's why it's saying list is a type of class or class is the concept of object oriented programming. Okay. So this way you can pass any number. So here we can pass one floating point number. Then it will say this is the type of what? This class, what is the type of this class? So the type of this class is float. Then this way you can check the string type. You can check the integer type also. So this is the concept. Now let we go to creating class. Okay. So you need to write one keyword that is class, and then you need to give the name of the class. Like you are defining function by def diff, then you need to give the function name. Like that way, you need to give the class name also. So here I have given the sample class name, and inside this class name, I am giving pass. Okay, and after that, we need to give x is equal to sample. So x is the object which is calling the class, and now we need to print the type type of what? Type of x. So when we print the type of x, let me save this, and it will say this is the class of main dot sample. So this class is the type of main dot sample. So this will show you the class type. Okay. And whenever you write the class like dog, okay, whenever you write the class like dog, and here we will say my dog equal to dog, okay, and here we are printing the type of my dog. Now this also will tell you about the class of this. Okay, after main you will see the class is the name of the class, that is dog. So this is the syntax. You can define the class. Okay, and let me do some other addition inside this class dog. And here instead of passing, let me define one function here inside this class, and that is init. So I can tell you what is the meaning of this init in Python. So we can search this. What is init in Python? So the first is heading is this only. So in the Python, init method is a declared within a class and is used to initialize the attributes of an object as soon as the object is formed. So basically, this is one type of method we are using in case of object-oriented programming in class, and this will tell you, uh, this will initialize the attributes of an object whenever you create an object. Okay, so we can see the example of this, and here you can see this is the simple class name person, a simple class with init method. So we are using the init method. There are other method also available, but first let's learn about init. Init method or constructor. So basically in C++, I think you have learned about that or not. So whenever I learned in college about C++ during the object-oriented programming, so what we have done doing actually creating class. Inside the class we need to make a constructor, then destructor. So constructor basically the copy of the class, you can say copy of the class, and that we need to assign the memory to the class. So how much memory you are acquiring, how much variable you are defining, so that will be defined by the constructor. So when you make a constructor, at that time uh, that will take the memory of your system. So here also in the class in Python we are using the same method, that is init, that is working like a constructor. So here we are assigning, we are initializing variables, parameters. Basically, we are giving the memory space to the variable inside this init method. So this is one type of function, init method we are using during class in Python. So here self and name. So the self is the default. Actually, self is the default parameter in it. So we are passing another parameter, the name of the person, and self dot name equal to name. Now when you define self dot name equal to name, it is taking the memory. Okay. Now in this function, say hi, I am passing the same parameter self that is constructed, and hello, my name is self dot name, and now here it will take the name. Okay. So let's say you are calling the class by creating an object. So here P is the object of the class. So whenever I create the object, at that time it will call the this method. Okay. And it will find the what is the value, and बेसिकली ये सर्च करेगा कि निखिल नाम का जो पैरामीटर है वो किसको देना है. सो दैट थिंग विल बी टेल बाय दिस मेथड सेल्फ डॉट नेम. सेल्फ डॉट नेम कहेगा कि नेम नाम को आपको निखिल देना है क्योंकि आपने निखिल पास किया है सेल्फ को. तो इधर सेल्फ डॉट नेम में किया जाएगा निखिल. सो प्रिंट क्या होगा, हेलो, whenever you say p dot say hi. P dot say hi means so you can see inside the class you can call any structure, any enums, or any function by just creating the object. So once you create object, then you need you need to use the dot method. So p dot say hi. Say hi is the object name. So p dot say hi will call the function, and then this function will call, and this print statement will execute, and you will get the result. So I hope you all understand about the init method, why we are using this method in case of class. Okay, so we are also using this init method, and we are also passing some parameters. So this way, uh, see, whenever I created parenthesis, self already came. So that is default. And now we need to pass one, that is the breed of the dog. Okay, and inside that breed we need to give some initialization. So I am initializing the breed. What? I'm initializing the breed, this breed only. Okay. Now I have created the object. Okay. I have created my dog object. It is calling the class dog. So this is the syntax for creating object. Now I need to check the type of the my dog in this case by using the init method, and we can see it is saying this is the error dog.init missing one request positional argument breed. So basically we need to pass some default parameter here inside the class, then it will take. So here we are passing breed, that is equal to what? Lab. So this is one type of breed of dog. So we can pass this, and now let's see, our error will go, and you can get this class is the type of the same main.dog. Now this we have done. Okay, let's say this my dog is breed equal to lab. Now I am also creating another object. So you can create many objects as you want in case of class. So I am creating the other dog object, and here I am calling the breed. And what is the value of breed? The value of breed is uh, that one is husky. So these are the type of dog breed actually. Now we are printing what? Not the type of the class. Sorry. I will print the thing. How to get the proper values of the breed by object. So I already told you we are using the dot method. So my object name, then dot, and now what you want to read, what you want to print, breed. Okay. So this will print the first object breed, and this second one will print the second object breed. Now let's save this, and we need to pass it, and here you can see first my dog dot breed is lab and other dog dot breed is husky. So this is the way to use the init method in case of dog. Now let's say we want to add something else also. We want to add the name of the dog. So we can also give the same parameter in our init method in our constructor, you can say. And here also we need to initialize. Okay, because initialization is very important in case of constructing something. Okay, जैसे एक मकान बनाते हैं ना, तो जब कोई भी बिल्डिंग बना रहे हो या घर बना रहे हो, तो आपको वहां पे डिफाइन करना पड़ता है कि क्या मटेरियल किस जगह यूज होगा। तो ये एक तरह से क्लास का मकान टाइप एक ब्लूप्रिंट हो जाएगा। यहाँ पर एक नक्शा क्रिएट कर रहे हैं हम कि ये वाला चीज, ये डोर होगा, ये कमरा होगा, इस तरीके से यहाँ पे भी आप क्या कर सकते हो, पैरामीटर डिफाइन करते हो और क्लास को कंस्ट्रक्ट करते हो। So here we are giving breed or name. These are the two fundamental thing. Now let comment this, and here also comment this, and I will show you the name. Name. Okay. So here in the my dog giving the name, and the argument is this is okay. So here we need to give the name. So what we can print name, and we need to print the name. What we can print this way, we can print the name by using the dot method. Now we need to pass the name inside here. Okay, so whenever we need to pass the name, so we can pass here the name of doggy, that is Sammy. Now let me save this, and this class will print the what, the name of the breed and the name of the dog. So this way you can create a class. Okay. Another way you can give the argument. You can pass the parameter like this way also. So first lab, then second name. So this way you also pass other dog breed husky. Okay. So lab and semi I passed, and another thing I need to give the species. Okay. So let me give here one thing, that is species, a simple variable inside that I am storing the species mammal, and now let me print the species also. Now this species is also inside the class, and this we can also uh, access this species by using the dot method by the object of the class, that is the my dog object. Okay, so this, using this also we can get access of this species. So we need to write the mammal dot species. Now it will get the access of this and this also will print it here. So what is the species? Mammal is the species of the dog. So this is the one simple example I have shown you regarding the class and object. I hope you all understand about it. Okay, so let me write another simple example of class and object, then you can also learn more about that. So here actually I am creating one class that is circle, and inside that circle class we need to give the value, constant value, that is, pi will be the 3.14, and here that we need we need to define every time that init method. Okay, so this is very important method we need to use by making any class. Okay. So let me use the self, then I am passing one argument that is radius, and by default we are giving the radius value as a 1, and here we are initializing the radius. Okay, default is 1, but we are giving one name also, that is radius. Okay, now this is the same class as I have used already. So this is my object. We can say my class object myc, and here I am calling the class the same class. So the syntax will be the same always. Okay, and here I am printing the my radius. So I can print the radius. Let's say, let's see what will happen. So here is the error. So this is not have any attribute. So here we need to pass the attribute. By default is 1 already we have given. But why this is taking the attribute? It will not take. Let me see what will happen. Okay. So whenever I pass the radius here, then what will happen? It is the wrong. Okay. Okay, we need to pass this in here. Okay, let me see. This is no argument. Okay. So here we have a class. Inside this class, we have one pi defined init method, and we have given the value radius dot radius equal to radius, and here I call the sub k. But why this value is not coming equal to 1? What is the wrong with that? Okay, let me see what is wrong. So here line number 8, my dot radius attribute error. Circle object has no attribute radius. Has not attribute radius. Let me pass the attribute. Then what will happen? After passing attribute, uh, this is also showing takes no argument. Let me give radius equal to 1. Okay, radius equal to 1. So there is something wrong actually. This is not working. Let me see what will happen. Okay. So here I am passing the radius, that is 1. Okay. Let me see. has no argument. So we need to make a function here, then it will work. Okay. So we let me see, let me calculate the area of circle, then maybe it will work. Okay. So self dot radius and multiply self dot radius. Okay. Self dot radius into circle dot pi into circle dot pi. Now let me pass 3 radius. So we have also error here. This is not have any argument. Okay guys. So in the next class I will tell you about what is the error. Let me search this error. So here we have given the radius equal to this self self dot एनीवन कैन किसी को नॉलेज हो पाइथन के बारे में बता सकता है कोई एरर क्या एरर आ रहा है इसमें कहाँ पर आर्ग्यूमेंट नहीं पास हो रहा जब तक मैं भी फाइंड करता हूँ कि क्या एरर है तुम भी सर्च करो क्या एरर है इसमें कोई भी बता सकता है ओके सो यहाँ पर हम अगर एरिया को पास करें तो अगर एरिया को कॉल करें तो यहाँ पे भी नो आर्ग्यूमेंट का एरर आ रहा है radius radius self dot radius equal to radius self area inside the return self dot radius into self dot radius into circle dot pi. Circle we are passing print my circle. Okay. So let me give this default value. This is also showing the error. So let me give the MIC dot radius equal to 100. Now okay. सो गाइज अभी इसमें एरर आ रही है तो नेक्स्ट क्लास नेक्स्ट सेशन जो होगा मैं उसमें एरर सॉल्व कर दूंगा पहले फर्स्ट इसकी एरर सॉल्व करके तब मैं आगे बढ़ूंगा ओके